Hello, this is Caleb with Garvin Sewer Service. I'm at 2304 Pike Road. So I was here a few months ago and found out then, whenever the unit that it's attached to, the other unit, which numbers I can't think of right now, maybe 06, that unit was backing up before people moved in, and they had tortilla bags in that. But in the process of doing the job, the cleanouts that are closest to sidewalk are the ones that service 2304 where I'm at today. But the ones that are closest to 2304 service the neighbor, not 2304. So we have a situation where mowers have obliterated the sewer cap, not that one, but this one right here, obliterated the cap, as well as the threads on the T, or the clean out. And so what happened was that plastic fell down the drain and got hung up right at the very bottom, okay? So what happened is I stuck my camera down like I am doing now, and I hit it with my camera, and it got pushed a ways and then got hung up a little bit farther down. So we used our cable to send it on out to the city or the HOA drain line that's in the street where the manholes are. So we'll go ahead and zero out our distance indicator on our lower left hand side of the screen. Keep in mind, when I first cameraed, it went dark because it was backed up with toilet paper and waste. I hit it with the camera, and it sent on down this way. So here we're joining our common line that is running down the street. So it's a much larger SDR drain. The green drain is SDR plastic. So the plastic piece that I pushed out from the residential got hung up here and started collecting waste again. And I couldn't get it with the camera head because it was kind of up and elevated, and my camera head was just going past it. I do have a picture of that, so that you can see that, and I'll upload it to the job. But then I snaked it. I had to have the camera out while I'm snaking, put the camera back in, and I now see that we were able to clear that. So that was the first manhole, and there's another one down the way. And it's looking like there's that plastic piece. So we'll flush that out to the next manhole, at the very least, which is down here. That's what's getting hung up. Luckily, whenever it's running in this in these SDR drains, like the water's running, it just picks up and goes because it's so light and so little. So my blades must have skipped right past it in this open big drain. It's probably an 8-inch one if I had to guess. So the best way to keep clearing this out is to maybe jet the line, but in all honesty, it's probably going to get up and take. The reason why I got hung up at the bottom of the riser is there is a little bit of a belly that we're going to talk about in just a second. So that belly might have caught that plastic, and something had to physically push it, where now I'm just going to skip past it, and at the very least I'm only going to push it to 120 feet because that's where our cable's at. But if we want to go ahead and clear that more, I would recommend jetting the line from the street, or maybe physically getting some, like a hook in it and pulling it out. But very small piece of plastic drain, and this is the next manhole that we see. At some point around 100 feet, I am not able to push my camera further. It just gets bound up in this large drain. So I might go ahead and stick my cable back down there and push it to 120 feet, or try to push it to the manhole, but I think it would just be best to jet that if anybody's concerned. However, 2304 and the other unit that it's attached to are going to be good when it comes to backups due to that plastic now, because we've gotten the plastic out of the residential line. So we'll pull it back, take a look. We'll go upstream and kind of talk about a little bit of standing water. It's minor, but we're going to go ahead and mention it. Oh no. So it looks like my camera just disconnected, and so I do not have a picture. All right, right, well, I don't have a camera right now. Let me see if I can turn it on and off. I will go ahead and mention that the belly is very minor and it ends at the riser because of the transition from PVC from the house to the riser. It's SDR, and it's SDR all the way back out. The water is holding a little bit up to the riser, and then as you go upstream about 10 feet, it clears out. There is a 45-degree turn. I did locate that in the unit. It is 8 feet deep in the house. So the belly's minor. Just no wet wipes for feminine hygiene products need to be flush. It's very cleanable. So if it backs up due to that, it is a easy fix. That is something that I wouldn't worry too much about. But now that the plastic's out, we believe that this line's going to be good. So if there is a part 2 video, if this is labeled as part 1, that means I got my camera to work. If there is not, then just know that there is the plastic's out. We did camera that out, but then we have, out of the residential, and then we cameraed back up, and about 10 feet of it's a little bit of standing water. So somebody just flushes a god-awful amount of toilet paper, it might get hung up at the riser. If there's any other questions, refer to the invoice summary. My name is Caleb. Thank you very much for your time.